Hey guys, this is Chris. Now I know most of you guys know that I am a musician and a drummer, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are also musicians who like Power Rangers. And for most musicians and drummers, reading notes is not so fun. I mean, when you're a drummer, you just play with feel usually, and then you just try to be in the beat and stuff. But what I learned growing up is that notes actually help you become more creative, especially in doing your drum fills and all that. So this is a cool strategy on how I used to teach my drum students before on how to appreciate notes. Here are the 6 note groupings I find very useful, especially for beginner drummers or beginners in general, and for those who want to understand note reading. So in order to make this a bit more fun, we're not really going to concentrate on the note name per se. We're going to replace the note grouping with a word. In this case, a Power Ranger word. Aha! So for quarter notes, this symbol right here, we're going to replace it with the word ZORD. For this 8th note grouping, we're going to replace it with the word MORPHER. Next, for this 16th note grouping, we're going to call it PTERODACTYL. Next, these 3 note groupings are a combination of 16th notes and 8th notes. So for this first note grouping, we're going to call it Dragon ZORD. For this one, we're going to say Mastodon. And for this last one, the trickiest of most note groupings, especially for my younger students, we're going to call it Scorpina. So we have ZORD, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL, Dragon ZORD, Mastodon, and Scorpina. Now let's group these 6 note groupings into 3. We'll discuss first ZORD, MORPHER, and PTERODACTYL. So for this note, the ZORD note, just remember, ZORDs are huge and slow, and that's also how we're going to play this note. It really helps when you say the word as you're playing it, just like this.
ZORD, 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 ZORD.
Now let's go to the MORPHER note. Now these notes, the 8th notes, are a bit faster than quarter notes, just like this.
MORPHER, 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 MORPHER.
Super easy, right? Now for the last part of this batch, we're going to talk about PTERODACTYL. 16th notes are double the speed of an 8th note. So this is going to be doubly fast than your MORPHER note. Example.
Pterodactyl, 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 pterodactyl.
Now let's try to combine these 3 in a 1-bar drum fill. Let's just deal with the snare first, okay?
MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD. MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD.
Now when you're comfortable with that, why don't you try playing it around the drum set, like this.
MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD. MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD. MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD. MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD.
Now when you're really comfortable with it, try going around the drum set, but not limited to 1 note grouping per drum. Example.
MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD. MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD. MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD. MORPHER, MORPHER, PTERODACTYL ZORD.
This is Chris Cantada signing out. See you later, Power Ranger.
I've had enough of this.
My wife sure is brave. I mean,